And once more, energy savings. This time the team Energize Savings from École Polytechnique will present their solution.
Thank you.
So wait for the presentation and you can start.
Okay, so hi everybody. Let me introduce you the case study of Jeanne and Michel's story. Jeanne and Michel are a couple that live in a small French house in Aix-en-Provence in France. And they have a high energy consumption. So they pay a lot of bills and they feel guilty for the planet. So that's where we intervene with the Energize Saving team in the École Polytechnique Challenge. And we decided to gather some solutions in order to help them tackle this problem and deeply reduce their energy consumption. So we provided them tips like raising the temperature inside the fridge by 2 degrees, changes in behavior like carpooling instead of taking their own car every morning alone, or changes in devices like using solar heater to take the shower every morning. So we made the whole calculation of all of this with prices and benefits and energy saving. And we finally arrived to the conclusion that they could reduce their energy bill and their energy consumption by 70%. But we had omitted the detail. Well, we had omitted the human factor, such as the laziness or the forgetfulness, or simply the lack of day-to-day motivation. So the real question was how to motivate people on a day-to-day basis. And that's why we invented our main idea, the Energize Saving application, that I will present you in a few steps. So first of all, this application will use the technology of electronic signature. It will use home sensors already present in some houses in France, and it will use the specific electronic signature of each device in order to detect when a specific device is connected. For an example, a dishwasher and a fridge don't have the same electronic signature, so it can monitor when each device is consuming and how it's consuming. And then we will use, based on AI, reminder of specific tips to your own case, and daily reminder for specific actions in order to, for example, if you're going to cook, the device will know that you're going to cook, and they will provide you specific detail on your application, specific advice, and then you will apply them directly without thinking to it. But we wanted to go further in motivation. And that's why we took inspiration from a sports motivation application like Strava for running, or like others like Forest for concentration. And we decided to create an encouraging system and a social community to enable you to set new records, to share your ideas with others, and to challenge your friends and our neighbors, our families. And this will really, So this will really remind you of actions to do, and we will meet your commitments in the long run. So how will we do this? First of all, we will have to do partnerships with sensor providers. In the meantime, we will have to develop our application in AI interface. And we will reach our first target, which are homeowners, and our second targets, which are firms or states, or we really want to apply them in the most places as possible. And so that's why I demand your support to help Jan and Michel finally achieve the objective in a funny way. Thank you.
It was a very stressful last minute, right?
What?
Stressful last minute for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's the time for the questions of the jury. Oh, sorry, member team, yes.
Well, hello. You have a nice goal to reduce energy consumption, which is very important. At the same time, you collect a lot of data from which an AI-based application could deduct a very vast amount of information which was not intended at the beginning, especially in companies, but also at home. So how do you manage to keep your goals and not leak any information?
Well, okay. This is an interesting question. Indeed, we have a lot of we have to have a lot of data in order to make our AI work, and we had to train the AI with. We have to at the beginning to tell them that we are using this device. So we are producing data, and indeed, it's a key point to make sure that this is transmitted in a secure way to the application in order to not to I mean this each home will have its specific data, and it won't go out of each device, and there is no reason why another person will know that you're using a specific device.
Actually, I want to add up.
Just continue talking, it will start.
Okay. Actually, for example, in France or around the world, I think almost 18% in their home, they will have an electricity monitor to calculate their electricity consumption. And in this way, actually, for example, there is a famous electricity company which is called Energize in France. Actually, we will have an electricity monitor in each family, and they will collect your data, but they told you that they won't sell them, and your data will be safe. So what we want to do is just based on this monitor, we will use our AI technology to analyze the electric signal to tell you which kind of devices is turning on, and then give you specific tips for each devices. For example, when you are cooking, he analyzed that your burner is turning up. Then he will give you some reminders, like you can put a lid on your pot. In this way, you can maybe you are not aware of the heat loss from the evaporation. And in this way, when he give you a reminder, even if this is a little tips, simple tips and feasible, in this way you can remember that there is a lot of things that you can do to reduce your energy consumption.
Okay. A tip, a warning, and a question. Tip, contact in Eindhoven, the student team Sim Energy, they're working on a similar product. A warning, don't just copy the design of apps, even if it's for another application, into presentations. The question, what kind of business models are you considering? Who is going to pay for the app? What kind of business models are you considering?
The business model.
Yeah. So okay. What is the cost and benefits?
Yeah, I have general slide. Okay, so we will send our application. So we won't sell the application to people. It will be free. And so what will be the cost? The main cost will be the development of the application. So it will be around 20,000 euros. The development of the AI, so we'll have to make a teamwork on this AI, and we will have to do partnerships with sensor sellers. So we could imagine they take a part in the benefits that I will explain later, and we will have to pay advertising like 50,000 euros to make our application known. But the money we will earn, it's like all other applications, like they are doing some advertising on the application, and by doing just one advertising by day for the people, we calculated that it would benefit and it would be great for it.
We have 20 seconds only.
Okay, so very quickly, why are you better than the previous team who is trying to solve the same problem?
Because our teams will not change your lifestyle. Actually, we will find some
easy
tips,
tips, yeah.
easy tips to feasible tips, like you don't need to stop watching TV, but you can, when you do some laundry, maybe you are doing other things, you don't need to, you can turn off your TV at this time. Or when you are cooking, maybe there are some simple tips that you
Sorry, but the short answer was very nice.
We will remind you the tips. So that's it.
We're out of time. Thank you very much. This was Energize Savings. Thank you.